Not sure how French accented letters work? Want to know how they affect a word's pronunciation and what the acute and grave accents sound like? Watch my video so that you can easily distinguish the different accents you see when you read in French. I will also show you how to pronounce them, and we will have lots of practice examples to make sure that you've understood these French sounds. For the best step-by-step French lesson tips and simple explanations, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell below to be notified every time I share a new video. I can wait. If you like, just pause this video and come back. All set? So, if you're curious about French pronunciation and want a simple explanation about the accents that are used every day in French language, stay with me. By the end of this video, you will have a clearer explanation on how they work, some practice examples so that you can say these with confidence. This is nearly impossible to do from a book alone, so I've had the pleasure to help thousands of learners like you, and now it's your turn. D'abord, firstly, let's look at the name in French of these different types of accents. We have cédille, we have accent aigu, accent grave, accent circonflexe, and we have tréma. When you see these, when you want to spell them, here's what you'll say. C, cédille. E, accent aigu. U, accent grave. A, accent circonflexe. Ou I, tréma. Maintenant, now, how are they pronounced? So now that you know the name of the letters, let's see what their effect is. Cédille is this one here. With an A, O, and U, it transforms the K sound of a C into a soft S. It gives us sa, so, su. Voilà pour cédille. Accent aigu, the one going upwards, can only go on la lettre E. So that's all. It's the only letter it goes on in French, and it gives us a closed sound. This is the one you might need to practice a little bit longer because it's not a sound we use a lot in English. I want you to note what shape my mouth is. I. And I can feel that my tongue is sitting right behind my teeth. I. My students like to use words like café with that E at the end, or pâté with that E at the end, for French words to anchor that sound, because the tendency might be to make an E sound, and it's different to that. We also have an E in French, so this one is different. It's an E. Bien. Accent grave. Accent grave on these two letters makes no difference. So A accent grave is A, normal A is A. U and U. Nothing to change. Mais attention, when accent grave is on E, it becomes an open sound. E. Unlike the closed sound, it's a lot easier for English speakers. You use it a lot in words like egg, tennis, get. It's the same E that you use in all those words. I like egg because it's that starting sound and it's very easy to replicate. The closed sound E, look at the mouth difference between E, the open one, and E, the closed one. That's accent aigu. Then we have accent circonflexe. This little hat shape is very recognizable. And on an A, you can ignore it. It's just a historical S that used to be there from Latin. And if you try and picture a word that has that hat and put an S there, it'll often look like either an old French word or the current English word. Have a go. So that is pronounced the same way, A, with or without an accent. But on an E, on la lettre E, it becomes the same open sound that you have in English, E. Nice and easy to pronounce. And finally, tréma. So I tréma or tréma. When that happens is when there are two consecutive letters, the second one is going to have that tréma, the two dots on top, tréma. And what it means is that you have to say each letter separately. That's it. Voila. To help learners like you to gain more confidence in speaking French, I've created a very special training. It's called Tricky French Sounds, so that you can learn to spot those when you hear them and also perfect how you say them yourself. So it's free and you can get it here. I will pop the link and in the description below too. Finally, before we practice together, let's look at why French accents matter and how adding them can change the meaning of a word. Par exemple, we have a, which means to or at, and a, that means has in the present. He, she, one has. Ou, pronounced the same way as ou. Ou, with the accent, is where. The other ou is just or. We have la and la, also pronounced the same way. La, there, and la, the, feminine. We have sur, pronounced the same way. Sur, avec U accent circonflexe, is certain or sure. But sur without is a preposition of location, on or on top of. We have tâche and tâche. Both are feminine. So that's not helpful. La tâche, une tâche. Tâche can be a task. The other tâche with no accent is a stain. We have dû. Dû, the past participle of devoir, j'ai dû. As opposed to dû with no accent circonflexe, du, j'ai du pain, which here means some bread. And it can also be the partitive of de and le together. Mûr and mûr. Mûr, accent circonflexe sur le U, is ripe. But mûr without is a wall. We also have pêcheur. Un pêcheur is a fisherman avec accent circonflexe. Without, it's a sinner. Of course, it can also change the meaning and the sound at the same time. So the ones I've just shared with you, same pronunciation, but different meaning. Now we'll see a few that have a different spelling, but also a different sound. Because when you put it on the E, it does change how you sound that word. So attention, prononciation, mari, marié. Ferme, fermé. Mais, maïs. Sale, salé. Bravo. Now together, let's do some reading to use these French accented letters. Voici des exemples. Here are some examples. Maintenant, on va pratiquer ensemble. Premier exemple. Êtes-vous fidèle ou naïf? Nous commençons à avoir des soupçons. Il faut être honnête maintenant. I've left the translation in English for you. And in the next slide, we're going to see all the accents. So we have E accent grave, which gave us that E sound, which is the same sound as E accent grave. E accent circonflexe and E accent grave make the same E sound. The I tréma means that we have to say A and I separately. Cédille is there to soften the C. A with or without accent makes no difference. Cédille is softening the potential K sound to a S sound. E, it's an open E with accent circonflexe twice. Êtes-vous fidèle ou naïf? Nous commençons à avoir des soupçons. Il faut être honnête maintenant. That was exemple 1. Deuxième exemple, there are quite a few different kind of accents here. We have pendant l'été, étant donné que l'école est protégée du soleil, les élèves ne préfèrent pas être assis sur les sièges là-bas. D'accord? During the summer, given that the school is protected from the sun, the pupils prefer not to be seated on the seats over there. My head is in the way for the... Ta-da! Les accents. Let's have a look. Here we have lots of accents aigus, which make the closed sound e, e. My mouth is a lot more closed for this e sound. We have e, 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 e. We have two different sounds here, avec accent aigu, e, and then accent grave, e. So we'll have élève, the same here, e, and then e, so préfère. Then e, accent circonflexe, give us a nice open e, nice and easy to say, e, again, and the a avec accent grave doesn't change anything. It's just a normal a. Pendant l'été, étant donné que l'école est protégée du soleil, les élèves ne préfèrent pas être assis sur les sièges là-bas. Deuxième exemple, fini. Troisième exemple. Sur l'île, l'éléphant fatigué a dû boire du café toute la matinée car il était vraiment épuisé. We have some different accents on different letters here. I wanted to try and highlight these ones. We have E accent circonflexe. It makes no difference. E with or without is an E. Two E, that closed E, another E for fatigué. Accent circonflexe on an U makes no difference. So du and du. There's another du here with no accent. This one is the past participle of devoir, if you remember, and du is some coffee. Café, another E, matinée, another E, and two E in this last one. Sur l'île, l'éléphant fatigué a dû boire du café toute la matinée car il était vraiment épuisé. Pauvre éléphant. Maintenant, mon père a mal à l'épaule et mon frère a de la fièvre. Alors, nous irons chez le médecin à côté du musée après ma dernière leçon à l'école. Ça va coûter cher. My father has a sore shoulder and my brother has a fever. So we'll go to the doctor, futur, next to the museum after my last lesson at school. It's going to cost a lot. Les accents, we have an E, open E for accent grave. No change for the A with or without the accent grave, A. We have a closed E, another E, the same E from père and frère, fièvre, same. Another E for médecin, another E for musée. The A is the same. Côté, O accent circonflexe is just an O, nothing to change. Accent grave on E, après. Accent grave, open again, dernière. A soften, a cédille, C-cédille here to soften the C, to make le son. An A that we're going to ignore the accent for, and école. E, that closed E that we're practicing. And finally, another cédille under the C for ça. And this U accent circonflexe, we ignore it. Remember that circonflexe is only changing the sound of the letter E from an E to an E. That it makes it an open sound, E. Alors, nous avons mon père a mal à l'épaule et mon frère a de la fièvre. Alors, nous irons chez le médecin à côté du musée après ma dernière leçon à l'école. Ça va coûter cher. Et le dernier exemple. Pendant la fête à l'hôpital, j'ai regardé par la fenêtre Et ça m'a étonné de remarquer qu'une femme élégante et raffinée avait du maïs entre les dents et sur ses lèvres. During the party at the hospital, I looked out the window and it amazed me to notice that an elegant and refined woman had some corn between her teeth and on her lips. Let's have a look at the accent. This is our last example. So we have E accent circonflexe for E, an A that doesn't change, an O that doesn't change, a closed E in regarder, étonné, élégante, raffiné, a softened C. Instead of K, this cédille makes us say ça. And we have an I tréma, because if we didn't have it, it would be a combination of AI, which makes the sound E, mais, but here it's maïs. Et voilà. Pendant la fête à l'hôpital, j'ai regardé par la fenêtre et ça m'a étonné de remarquer qu'une femme élégante et raffinée avait du maïs entre les dents et sur ses lèvres. Très bien. Great job. Now, if you haven't watched my video on how to pronounce the French R, la lettre R, confidently, click the link here and I'll also add it in the description below. Make sure to check it out. It will make a world of difference for you to be understood in French. Alors, voilà, mes amis. Now you can know exactly how to pronounce these French accented letters so that you can say them confidently. My tip is to always read out loud, even by yourself, so that you get as much practice as possible. If you like this video, give me a like below, subscribe to this channel, and share it with anyone else you know who is learning French. S'il vous plaît. I'd love to see in the comments below if this video has helped you and what other aspects of French pronunciation you need help with. I so look forward to seeing your feedback and help you further in the comments under this video. Thank you so much for watching. So make sure you check out these videos on the French Speak YouTube channel to really perfect everything to do with French pronunciation. Click the subscription button below and don't forget that bell to get notified every time I post a new video here. If you enjoyed this video, the best way to say j'aime cette vidéo is by giving it a thumbs up and share it with another French language lover. Au revoir.